Hello and welcome to the Rebel. I'm Zsinj and this is week 6 of Division 4 in Gman, the European arm of the Reddit Blood Bowl League. This is my match against no doubt inferior the Chaos Dwarf side in Division 4, which I really wasn't looking forward to. Mostly because I don't have any claw, so I'm going up a whole bunch of Chaos Dwarves with block. Well, every dwarf has got block. But they've got a few guard and mighty blow. Let's actually just have a look at the team composition here. So I think my opponent, Morbus, won the toss. Oh no, I won the toss. I chose to receive. So I was hoping I could get a bit of bashing in, try and whittle them down, and go for the standard 2-1 grind, even despite playing dwarves here. So it's very sunny. Probably not going to be any passes in a Chaos v Chaos Dwarves game. And let's just have a look at the team. So we've got a Dwarf with Guard, one with Mighty Blow, one with Claw. No Mighty Blow, fortunately, but Claw, that's kind of scary. And another Guard. And both the Bull Centaurs have block and break tackles. They're quite a threat, got quite a lot of mobility. And a Dirty Player, and the other Hobgoblins don't have any skills. So quite a lean team, quite a nice set of skills. And I've got the very nice block on the Minotaur as his first skill. Still just sitting on 6 SPP. I was really hoping to get him to 6, actually for Claw, mostly for this match, and Lizard's coming up next, and then Khemri. But he rolled 10 as a double, and it just has to be block. So block now, claw later, a bit of a killer while the rest of the team tries to level up around him. And as for my warriors, one's unskilled, 2 of them have got Mighty Blow, this guy's got block. So him and I think maybe one of the beastmen has got block. No, just this guy with diving tackle, which I'm hoping I can trip up some bulls with. Okay. So I chose to receive, go on the offensive, even without any claw. I'm hoping I can get lucky on some casualty rolls and take some of these dwarves out, or at least get myself in quite a good position. So I tend to place the beastmen who were a touchdown away from leveling up back here, if I was particularly brave. Possibly not in Sunshine, but if I was feeling particularly brave, I'd probably try a pass to try and get one of them to level up. So my thoughts here are, he's not got any guards, or rather he doesn't have his guard in a particularly good place. So I can get a 3 dice block on the guard with the Minotaur, so I'll go for that. Quick snap for a free move. Not too important, it might bounce the ball, which would be nice. Cheeky little catch. I guess it's nice to have a quick snap, a little bit of better positioning, chance some more blocks. Nearly. But the ball's pretty safe without movements, which is quite nice. So that was quite that was quite the roll. It turns out it's a very good thing that he didn't get claw and he actually got block. Otherwise that would have been the end of turn 1. As it is, he's on his feet, which is quite a good result, I guess. Do get a pow and an arm break, but it's just a stun, which is a bit of a shame. If I could have took one of these guys out turn 1, it would have been very good. And I rolled a skull and they're both down, decided to take it without using the reroll. Unusually for me, I'm on 3 rerolls. I usually play with 2, but before the match I had plenty of gold spare. And I realised if I took the reroll, we'd be on equal team values. This is a very equal match compared to, say, getting a babe in inducements, which probably wasn't worth it compared to a reroll. So he's prioritising his claw guy, gets a pow, gets another stun in return. He's going to be a bit of a monster once he gets Mighty Blow. Block coming into effect. Cheeky 1 dice on the Minotaur. Good idea to push him away, probably. sort of a stall here. He could have been a bit braver with his positioning, so I run this guy down sort of as a scoring threat, but really that's more just to pull some of his players out of position. I'm not really going to go for a pass and score early in this match. But I'm hoping I can at least either lure some people away or actually do get in a good position to score. So I managed to get a blitz on the claw guy. No armor break, which is a shame. But at least I'm sort of penning his entire line of dwarves in. And a success in the pickup, that's always nice to see. So I feel somewhat safe around here. I mean, obviously his Bull Centaur's got quite a good range, so I'll bring this guy up here, so we can't do too much. It's a very, very loose wall. Very loose cage, if you can call that a cage. Which probably isn't the best. You can probably get these guys down if you really puts a lot of effort into it. But I felt pretty safe. Lots of powers though, which is to be expected. A bit upsetting if it's a hobgoblin. I'm expecting a lot of powers when I've only got the 2 block on the team to his 8. Yeah, these Bull Centaurs are kind of scary. Block pays off again on the Minotaur, which is fortunate. If I did have Claw, I'd be hunting these bulls, trying to get the bulls out of commission. But as it is, a few Mighty Blow, I'm better off not playing it too risky. However, I do get a few 2 dice blocks on the guard guy. Another armor break. And a KO, that was quite big. That is quite a big result. His one of his 2 guards. And one here is kind of out of position as well, which I'll say out of position, but I've run the ball over there. So I'm trying to exploit the speed of his dwarves here, having 3 guys over here, 2 here, this guy 3, surprisingly. So I'll mark them up. Trying to aim to mark up the hobgoblins where I can, so I either have to dodge or take a hit. And if I'm going to whittle down his numbers, it's going to be on the hobgoblins. Another power on that guy. And it's an injury, that's done. Kind of expecting quite a few casualties this match, and I expect that's the first of several. Fortunately, from the positioning here, he can't really break tackle into the 2 tackle zones, so we'll stay there. I'd say this is quite a successful turn for him. He's putting pressure on here. Casualty on one of the Mighty Blow guys is quite big. But getting his guard guy off by himself is don't know if it's an error so much, but it's quite good for me that I can keep him out of the game over there. This is what I like to see, a hobgoblin next to a block Minotaur. So of course he just roars at his face. Both down. At this point I do re-roll that, because I didn't really want to leave the ball carrier open to an obvious blitz. Get the Mighty Blow down, which is good. And I think I need to cover off this hobgoblin, otherwise he's got an easy path to the ball carrier. And it's his death player guy. Who is knocked out, which I was quite happy about. I can see some nasty injuries coming from some fouls in this game. I was quite happy to feed his Bull Centaur 1 beastman to try and keep him tied up. I mean, he can break tackle away, but it's a dice to roll. Oh, I need a 2+ though. But given the state of the game, he's happy to take the blocks. Quite a greedy reroll there to get the power with the claw. Which doesn't pay off, he does get the power, but doesn't get an armor break. And he gets a tackle zone or 2 on the ball carrier. Fortunately not his guard though. That's this guy. So I'm quite happy for him to just 1 dice block that beastman, even though I'll probably lose the beastman eventually. So how do I get out of this one? Oh yeah, of course. Hopefully some clever chain pushing. Push that guy away. I can use the Minotaur on the Bull Centaur. Pray for a knockdown and be away. Which I get. So I was quite proud of myself there. I should probably move this guy at this point. So I do now. Risk a handoff, and that guy is now pretty safe. I say that, I suppose he's got this centaur, which with their sprint sure feet can get in range, which is why I've marked him up. Another claw block. Doesn't break armor this time. So I was feeling pretty good about this. I want to try and stall as long as possible so he can't counter-attack next drive. But here comes the centaur. So I was hoping for a push or something there. But he gets a block, so he's got quite an easy run. With a few go for it. Does use up sure feet there, but it's only a 2+, and now I'm in not such a good position. That worked out well for me. So, what to do now? As I see it, I can take the dodge, and that's a 3+, or a block without a blitz without block rather. It would be a 1 dice block, which would effectively be a 3+ to not fall over as well. So, rather than fail this and have to do a blitz as well, I felt it better not to not roll anything and just go for the blitz and try and score. Praying that the slow speed of Chaos Dwarves didn't let them counterattack. So here it goes. And it's a POW, which is quite nice. If he was stunned or worse, I would have not scored there, but he was ready to stand up again, so I scored the touchdown in video. Don't think I mentioned this before, but the Beastmen are all named after the 7 deadly sins. The team's actually a Slaanesh team, in theme at least, as I think Slaanesh's number is 7, and the team name's after the 7 circles of Slaanesh's domain. A few lore geeks out there. So, proper defensive setup now that I just do not want anyone to get past. He's got 3 turns to score, so if I can hold him off for 2, I should be pretty good. I'll leave this guy back here, even though this is kind of a weak hole in my defense, because this is my key diving tackle guy. If I can get him next to a Bull Centaur, I'd feel a lot better about him having to make a dodge. He'd probably just blitz him away, but if I can get him and somebody else in contact, I've been quite a good place. So I've been hoping this guy is my ace in the hole for this match. We'll see. Decent kick for him. I did feel he should have gone for a more aggressive setup. A bit further forward with maybe 1 hobgoblin back. Or maybe just the Bull Centaur back there to take the ball. Mighty blow. Not today. I was surprised he wasn't following up, which meant even with all his blocks I can just stand up and stop his line from regressing. And this felt like an odd blitz too. I really felt he should have took this guy out and run some guys through. But he did get a stun. Hoping for more, I'm sure. And stayed there. So, given his play here, I was feeling quite good about stalling out to stop the score. Really surprised that this guy came back. He needs the range and speed on his bull centaurs to score in this drive. 50% pickup. Succeeds with the rerolls. He's down to 1 reroll. I'm on my 2, as I said. I'm used to playing with 2. Which tends to work out for me, even with the lack of sure hands and block and other key skills. I think it's just because I'm quite happy to take a turnover. Depending on where we're up to. So I'm actually doing a fairly poor elf defense here. Try and stop his progress on the very key turn 7. If he doesn't get him onto scoring range, I've basically won this half, and I just need to make a good job of it in the second half. So, given that it's turn 7, I had the 2 rerolls. I wouldn't usually reroll a wild animal, but I had nothing else to do. And it worked out. So that will tie up some of his players too. I thought it worth risking though, to try and protect the Minotaur a little bit more. I do like this guy. I'm not going to pull out all the stops to defend him. He is going to die sooner rather than later. But it looks like he's more upset about the Minotaur than trying to score this drive, which is totally fine with me. Setting himself up to the mighty blow block, I assume. I mean, I'm totally happy if he wants baseball players here. He's got no chance of scoring. Just get the power. Ooh. It's just a stun. At this point, I was very happy that his dirty player was still knocked out. Otherwise, this would be a dirty player foul? Maybe not. No foul. Maybe not worth a foul just yet. So this bull has to run down the pitch. He has to get into scoring range, otherwise he's got no opportunity at all. So he does make it. So basically, I just have to push him back 1 square. As on my turn, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, go for it, go for it. He's in range of scoring, but only by 1 tile. And if I can push him back and avoid a chain push, I've effectively won this half. Not won the game, but done what I needed to do. So it's just a push. That was all I needed. Decided to follow up because I can't really see a situation where he can do a chain push to get him out, unless he does block this beastman here and then blitzes him, which I realised later on in this turn. So I basically had to block him away or fall over. If I got a skull there, that'd be fine. Didn't think it worth risking the foul, I don't think. I really want to keep my numbers advantage if possible. So he knows he can't score, so he just has to cause as much damage as possible. Which looks like it's going to be a foul on the Minotaur here. Yep, definitely going for the foul. Which makes sense, which is pretty much what he should be doing. Keeping this Hobgoblin back to do the foul. Get this guy away, he does get the power, so he gets all those extra rolls. Brings in everyone, except it's not everyone. At this point, he goes to the foul. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assists, effectively bringing his armor value down to 2. That does mean he has to roll a 3 to break armor. And given that he's not going to score, I don't know why he didn't bring in his bull centaur. I mean, it's only going to matter 1 in 36 times. But this is that time. Unbelievably, he rolled a 2, needing a 3. And if he'd just brought the bull centaur in, that 2, even though he'd still have been sent off, would have broken armor. And would probably made a mess of the minotaur as well. So I could not believe my luck there. There was definitely some dark godless blessing here today. So 1-0, quite a good place. I do have one of my few Mighty Blow players out. He now has a hobgoblin out, and the dirty player's still not out, which is great news. Meaning he's got 10 players in the pitch to my 11. Thanks to my bench. So like last time, I now want to try and get him to bunch his players up on the line of scrimmage, to open his backfield up, see if I can counter. And he gets a quick snap in return. Quite a good kick for me there compared to last time. And that worked. That was basically what I was hoping for. He'd bring all his dwarves in, try punching these warriors. Having said that, he's placed his claw guy between them and his guard in front of him. If he'd swapped these two over, he'd have easily got his blocks in, but as it is, he can only get 1 dice blocks. I mean, look at that, he's got his guard on the outside the line there compared to between the players, so really this guy and this guy want to be the ones with guard, and these ones want to be the ones with Mighty Blow, or Claw if possible. Which didn't do, a bit of a mistake there, so don't do that if you're playing at home. Well, I say that, he's still got these 2 dice blocks in. Except here we'd have to bring in an assist. I guess we would have had to anyway. Surprised at this. He could have brought the hobgoblin in and blitzed somebody else if he wanted to. But maybe that was the right play to stop any progress. So not the strongest screen, as I can just run down here, but I don't really want to be next to the sidelines, do I? Which he realises at that point. So a very widely dispersed sort of cloud formation there. So I'm placing my guys here so that he has to bring somebody in if he wants a 2 dice block, which he probably will do, particularly when this is his guard piece. In fact, both his guard pieces. So that's great. Great for me to get these guys here. He gets to bring somebody else in, block with the guard, and not get to move them somewhere else. So even though I'm walking up to his claw dwarf, I'm hoping to try and keep him out of position while I can threaten him with these guys. So seeing as he's somewhat near the sidelines, I might as well try and push him that way. Now, there I thought for a very long time, should I run up here, or should I dodge him to here, and sort of pressure him from here? I thought, is it worth doing? I spent a long time thinking about that, and I thought it's probably worth it. It's probably gonna, pull his guys in to mark him and then open up this sort of space. So I eventually went for it, but failed to dodge. Don't want to spend a reroll this early, and he knocks himself out, so didn't actually work out after all. But that could have been a key move. Either way, I mean, it could have been a key that he's just knocked himself out and down a player, or if it had worked, This sideline cage may not have set up quite the same. The Blitz will probably be the Beastman. There's another greedy reroll there, which very much surprised me this early on. Not something I do either. I think he just really hates this Minotaur now after that failed fell. And rerolls into a push, so don't reroll blocks that aren't a fail. Still holding back my secret weapon diving tackle guy back here. In case he does break through, try and mark him with that guy. Quite a thick screen of guys there. He goes for an uphill 2 dice block and gets both down twice, which is kind of amazing. And he takes out the other mighty blow. Claw doing things. Rolling the 8 it needed. So, Dwarves are slow. If I put this guy here, he's probably going to block him, he's not going to dodge away. He's going to bring somebody else in for a 2 dice, or he'll probably take a 1 dice block actually. But it pulls his rough cage out of position. That's the thinking. This is bad news. Oh, I've still got the 2 dice. That's alright. Push back his guard as well. See if we can get some sideline pushes here. Maybe I should have followed up there, I'm not sure. I mean, his guard was dope, and then just blocking back down, so I guess not. But I was feeling quite good about this. Now, this was kind of key. I thought, do I mark his Bull Centaur? Because he'll stand up, so I'm not going to block the Minotaur. So I decided to actually pull the diving tackle guy out of position for the very first time in the match. He marks someone. So again, this is what I was hoping for. To take his players back to get the blocks, leaving his guys there, hopefully opening up the ball carrier. And he blocks the diving tackle. And he's immediately KO'd. So his first match with diving tackle was not his most successful. This Minotaur is so upsetting. I mean, that block has been massive this game. Skull and both down. I mean, he could have took it, he could have just stood there, but he doesn't want to. I don't know, this Minotaur's just got him riled up, so again he rerolls into a pushback. So it's just burned 2 rerolls off his 3 to knock down the Minotaur. Great news. And a push there too, which is fantastic. Kind of hoping for a pound there, but that'll do. In fact, at worst, all I really need to do is stop him from scoring, but that's quite a big ask with this many turns. Now, this blitz lets me get a guy on the ball carrier, which is pretty good. I mean, sure, he's going to get blocked away, but he's got to either use his blitz or block the ball carrier. So that's great. That was bad, but again, block keeps him standing. I should have accounted for that, really. Bit of a frenzy trap. So there's the blitz to free up the ball carrier. Kinda has to be done. Totally happy for this guy to keep taking 2 dice blocks to the face to tie up at least one of the Dwarves. In this position it's actually quite good. I've got a guy on the floor here. So I guess from here I could go for a dodge and blitz, but no, it's not to be. break tackle coming in just when you want it to there. So I think the plan for this turn is to hopefully block this guy down and then blitz a corner of the cage away, apply some pressure. I do get the POW, so that's very important. And now this guy goes this one. And it's another POW, which is great. Really important. Even better, a KO. So no more lookers, please. Is facing a bit of a looker, it has to be said. And block again, keeping the Minotaur on his feet. This guy does get powered now, but I'm quite happy for a Dwarf to be marking out the game. I mean, like, I'm very happy to be trading players at this point. So I mean, having used his blitz there, he can't get these guys out of the way. He basically has to go around, which is pretty slow. Unfortunately, I've got a Beastman somewhat in reserve. So he goes for the sideline cage. It's quite a good position. I was wondering if he went down here if I could get a blitz in. But no, he's in quite a good place there. However, if I can get this guy out of the way. Which I might be able to do. Not quite sure about this decision. Maybe he should have been down here in case anything goes wrong. But a nice little arm break there. So now I think I just need to dodge through this gap and I can get a somewhat dicey blitz on ball carrier. But it's not to be. Again, definitely worth the reroll this time. But that line 9 gets you every time. That's not true. So the marking of the ball centaur was where I only had to go back here for the blitz. Or even here, and blitz in towards the sideline, which I think was the plan. Unfortunately, that's really pulled me out of position. So I'm going to try something super risky to do this. Now again, he's not his positioning, so I only have to dodge through this gap. So this block is absolutely key. If that goblin can mark up my warrior, he'd then be dodging into 2 tackle zones. But if not, it'd just be a straight 3+ dodge, which it is. So that was quite big. So I'll try and mark up the balls. If this goes wrong, they at least have to make a 2+ dodge to get past. It's time to roll the dice. Does make the dodge this time. Fails to go for it. Reroll success, and it's a POW. Fantastic. So where's the ball gonna go? And a KO too. Really lucky. Very lucky there. The ball's still on the pitch as well and fairly well protected. It couldn't have gone much better. Never stun there. And I think I just leave these guys. It's not worth risking the block to free up one of these players. So what's he going to do? He's going to use break tackle. This is why Bulls with break tackle are really good. Because that really surprised me. With the range on the Bull Centaur, I'm surprised you just get the 2 dice block and then go for the pickup, particularly with agility 2. So this is effectively an agility 1 pickup, a 5+. But it does make it, which is kind of upsetting, and he gets the power too. So yeah, it was a bit upsetting. But at least I have these guys up here. So, got this guy who can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, go for it. He can get to there at the most. And he can get to there, I guess, on a couple of go for it's. And at this point, he was really on his own go for it. So it makes 1, makes 2. Does he go for the 3rd? Now I wasn't expecting him to, because, you know, I can just... I guess this guy would have to make a go for it to catch up. He's got sure feet, and I'd have to make a go for it to go for the blitz. But sure feet bites and he rolls the snake eyes and gets knocked out. Stun drop. So that stun is very important. Very important, because he's only got 1 turn left, and he's not standing up. So it's all about this Bull Centaur, which was massive, massive. I mean, if he'd made that go for it, he'd probably score. As it is, I just had to mark up the ball. This was a bit of a mistake. I left the Beastman here, thinking if he had to dodge out, he'd struggle. But that's a mistake. I should have marked him. Because as it is, he can just do a 1 dice block on the warrior. If the Beastman was marking here, that would be a -2 dice, so he'd have to blitz the Beastman instead, and then come around this way using up the much needed speed that he's got. So a bit of an error there, and then past that I can just have fun. So let's blitz some Dwarves. Block, keeping me alive there. I do get the power there, which is nice. Oh, an injury. That was a present. It's got to be said. That gives him a level up as well. Oh. So here's the key roll. So he goes the blitz, gets a pushback, which is the minimum he wanted, I guess. That's probably the same as if he gets a defender down. So he gets the pushback. So that's 1 move. So he's going to have to go 2, 3. So he initially pathed out going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. Go for it, go for it. No, you can't score. So unfortunately for him, he has to come in here, dodge into a tackle zone, and dodge out again. As well as the pickup in a tackle zone. Which you've got a decent chance of with the break tackle. It's the pickup, which is going to be the difficult part. And that proves to be the case. So that's the end of turn 16, that's the game. Amazingly, I clawed another very lucky victory. Mostly all down to that failed sure feet go for it. So I can just have some vanity blocks now. That was a mistake, I shouldn't have pushed him there. Should have kept him separate, get the 2 dice in this guy. Bit of a mistake, but I think I was just happy at this point that I'd won. Not so much that I'd not lost, but I'd not drawn either. So yeah, he gets 2 dice, but this guy doesn't. Cheeky foul, you know, respectful turn 16 foul. No sending off, 1 dice block, does get a power. Which is a nice way to end the game. Amazing. So, coming out of that, the block warrior got the MVP. His injured hobgoblin got an MVP, giving him a level up into sure hands, which I can understand after the fails to pick up the ball in that game. And I believe that beastman who leveled up just rolled a normal skill, so he got block. And that's where I am at the end of week 6. So I now have 3 block on the team, including that very critical set of blocks on the Minotaur. Definitely without that skill, this game would have been totally different. This guy would have been on the floor every turn. He'd probably off the pitch. I'd lose the strength. I'd lose the 3 dice blocks. I'd lose the threat. He wouldn't have used his rerolls trying to get him down. So basically that block won the game in my view, as well as the fail to go for it there. So that's week 6. Next week I play Dangerous Lizards, the Lizardman team in the division, who have been doing quite well. In fact, the leaderboard's very interesting right now. Myself and the Lizardmen, Dangerous Lizards, and Parmu's Society of Dead Poets are all effectively in second place on the exact same win-draw-loss ratio. On BB League Manager, I'm actually placed 4th, as I've got the worst touchdown rate, unsurprisingly, with relatively unskilled chaos compared to Lizards, for example. And from what I've read, Palmer is quite a good player. Plays a lot of Camry, so he's been doing quite well. And this Lizardman team have 3 skinks, which I'll be looking to exploit. Let's just have a little preview. So it's got 3 skinks. One does have agility 4, so dodging through tackle zones on 2+ is horrible. Particularly I've got no tackle, but I do have that diving tackle. We'll see if that has any big effect, unlike this match. Diving tackle is a movement 9 skink. So they're all kind of horrible in their own way. But if I can get all 3 of them off the pitch, I'll be in a very good place, as everybody else is agility 1. But he does have block knowledge on 4 of his 6 Saurus. No level ups yet on the Crocs. So that'll be a very interesting match. Looking forward to that one. Until then, see you next time.